time. It's 3:30 on the dot.
3:30. All right, hit the gavel here. We're going to begin our meeting, closed session meeting of the San Clemente City Council. So we're going to start with closed.
December 18, 2023.
That's right. That's today.
It
December
is 3:30, and we're in the community room.
That's correct.
Thank
But
you.
we're
Mr.
moving
Mayor.
into closed session now, so I guess somebody, I don't know where we're going to do the closed session.
Yes, so first I'll announce the closed session is conference with real property negotiators, discussion concerning real property transaction in compliance with Government Code Section 54956.8 regarding real property negotiations, APN 058-111-55, property located at 100 Calle Seville, San Clemente, California 92672. City negotiators are Andy Hall, City Manager, and Samantha Wiley, Beaches Parks and Recreation Director. Negotiating parties, Camino Real Playhouse, and under negotiations are the price and terms. And we do have some speaker cards, Mr. Mayor.
Oh, right. Well, then we'll begin with our speakers then.
Okay, and I'll use the timer just here on my phone. Starting with John Campbell.
Good evening. I wish I'd have gotten a cool Christmas sweater memo. Thank you, Mayor and Council, for the honor of speaking here today. My name is John Campbell. I live at 31551 Pepper Tree Bend, San Juan Capistrano. I'm here as a private citizen, board member of the Camino Real Playhouse, and an active member of the South Orange County Community Theater Movement. What is the reason you bring community theater to a city, and why is it worth the investment? I think the primary goal is connection. Community theater benefits all of those that take part in it, as well as those of us who go to enjoy the performances. It creates this marvelous fabric for all age groups to come together, and for a common goal of creating something intangible and really important. When we see a production, it's only we see the actors, but really it's only the tip of the spear when you compare the directors, the backstage crew, all of the things, the ticket sales, and all those things that go on. Community theater has never been more important for our youth. With cost savings that'll never stop, school districts are cutting back for elementary school as well as high school and junior high school. Our youth needs a place where they can explore their creative aspects of their minds, and where they can express their emotions in an area that without fear of rejection. A brilliant theater performance can motivate us and make us changes in ourselves as a person. By looking inward and gaining knowledge, we're given a new perspective on our environment, which can which can spark creativity. Like San Clemente has been doing for many, many years, the Camino Real Playhouse has been a supporter of the military and our first responders for a long time, and we hope to look forward to sharing that goal with the city of San Clemente. I know you've been very involved. A term that gets thrown around quite a bit is called grassroots movement. And we all know that as an economic movement that uses people of a community or region as its basis. 32 years ago, the Playhouse was created by a vagabond troupe of committed people. Over the years, has become a premier force in South Orange County with incredible productions, and goes out of its way to choose production that will make a difference to a community. Thank you, Council, for considering to bring this amazing asset to San Clemente. Thank you.
Thank you.
Asta Gersovitz.
Hi, my name is Asta Gersovitz. I live in Laguna Niguel, but I'm here speaking as a board member and a volunteer at the Cabrillo Playhouse. And there are any number of us here today. We're here because we've been hearing that the Camino Real Playhouse might be starting to do some productions at the San Clemente Community Center, and we're concerned. This is the first we've heard of it, and we wanted to ask some questions, but for now we'll make a statement. The Cabrillo Playhouse is a nonprofit community theater in Old Town San Clemente and maybe many of you know it, that has been thrilling and entertaining audiences since 1953. San Clemente is very lucky to have a vibrant and self-sustaining, innovative community theater right here in the Cabrillo. Unlike many community theaters, it was able to pivot and sustain itself and continue on through and beyond the pandemic. It has done this with the generous support of time, talent, and donations from people and businesses in the community, and to date has had no financial support from the city of San Clemente that I know of. It is well known that the Camino Real Playhouse, a community theater in San Juan Capistrano, has been displaced from their current location or is being displaced. Various local papers have written that the city of San Juan Capistrano is dedicated to help the theater find new space in San Juan Capistrano, and yet we've heard that the Camino Real has been in active discussions with the city of San Clemente for some time now to be in the city-owned San Clemente Community Center. This came to our attention only last Friday through some other meeting that was happening. If this is indeed happening, and they will set up in the San Clemente Community Theater blocks away from the Cabrillo, I might add, it might well serve the interests of the Camino Real Theater, but it really would put a host of unnecessary and undeserved burdens on the Cabrillo. It will inevitably lead to competition for a limited pool of audience members, donors, actors, and volunteers. It is rare, if not unheard of, to have two community theaters in such close proximity of each other anywhere in suburban California. These entities are not-for-profit businesses, and as such are really not meant to compete like restaurants might or stores might. Neither the city nor the Camino Real Playhouse have made any effort to actively engage the Cabrillo in these ongoing discussions, as far as I know, which is strange given that the Cabrillo has been in the community for over 70 years. We hope that some discussions and some questions can be answered about this. You know, we're here to listen and here to understand what the situation is. Thanks for your time.
Thank you for your comments.
Sandra Weaver.
Good afternoon, Mayor, Council. My name is Sandra Weaver, and I am the box office manager at the Cabrillo Playhouse. I have been doing that job for 16 years. And I'm here tonight because I want to talk a little bit about community theater. Community theater is very precious, very important to all the communities. And it's not an easy job to keep a theater like that going. It's usually self-funded with very little revenue from outside other than ticket sales and so forth. But the Cabrillo has been blessed with donors and other people keeping it going so that we could celebrate our 70th anniversary not too long ago. Also, community theaters we love all the community theaters, so that we look at other theaters and we want them to survive. We want them to be successful. We're kind of like a family, a group of community theaters, and we know that the Camino Real Playhouse lost their home. We feel badly for that, and we think that we want them to get a new home. But hearing that they might want to come to San Clemente and put their new home just right around the corner from the Cabrillo Playhouse, that does raise concerns for us. There's a number of concerns. Just the very proximity of the two playhouses so close together. As one of our colleagues said, you know, north up in Talega, great, you know, they could use another theater up there. But to put it right around the corner from the Cabrillo Playhouse, not only we look at the parking situation, our patrons are always complaining about parking. If there's another theater that close, imagine the parking nightmare that San Clemente would have. And so we're just asking to take a look at San Clemente. You know, unfortunately, the council has just not been real supportive of the Cabrillo Play, so I don't know why that is. A couple of years ago, I would come to the council and I would do my little 3-minute speech about the play that was going on that particular week or month, and do my little thing. And I asked the council if I could have 6 times a year, when we do our 6 plays, if I could have 15 minutes like the high school does. And they refused that. And so I just wonder, I don't know why the council has not supported us. We've not asked for money and whatever, but we just would like your support. And we just haven't seemed to have gotten it. And I hope now that you'll remember where we are. We're over on Ola Vista in Cabrillo. You know that cute little house that's down there? We've been there, not there for 70 years, but we've been a community in 70 years. We brought a lot of revenue into the community, restaurants and hotels, people shopping, and we hope to continue.
Thank you very much for your comments.
Tom Marshall?
Yes, my name's Tom Marshall. I live in San Clemente. I recognize a lot of you from going to Friday morning chat. I'm on the board of directors of the Cabrillo. I've been on the board of the Historical Society for 5 years, so I have two concerns. If you are going to make that building into a theater, is there any backstage area where they can store props or there can be dressing rooms? If not, are you going to have to make a major change to the size of the building? And secondly, we have been here for 70 years. We have not taken any taxpayer money. And if you're considering having a taxpayer funding for whatever this project is, we feel we should be involved in it. We should be notified in advance. We should have been notified before now. I just heard about it by accident at chat Friday morning. I know they've been to the council meetings a couple times, and there's been previous discussions about having an amphitheater. And I don't know that converting that one room in the community center is going to be an amphitheater. And I just want to have us be respected for our long time here. And please keep us in the loop as to what is actually being proposed here.
Thank you. I appreciate your comments.
Jennifer Massie?
Not some of you newer ones, but most of the San Clemente City Council recognizes me as a fighter. And my nickname is, I'm well known also as Jiffy. And I just want you to know, I have now celebrated 43 years in San Clemente as of December 1st this year. And I've been a loyal taxpayer. I don't want to go to jail. But you're tempting me. The San Clemente City Center is a community center, it's a city treasure, which we cannot replace. So, as politely as I can say this, hands off. Find a place in San Juan Capistrano, in your hometown, with as many wealthy residents and donors. I'm sure they'd love to have their name or names on the building. Thank you.
Thank you, Jiffy.
Richard Hutchinson?
Thanks for the opportunity to speak, honorable council members. My name is Rich Hutchinson. I'm a 22-year resident of San Clemente. I can't quite beat you, but I'm trying. And I'm a board member of Camino Real Playhouse. I'd like to briefly augment some of the other things that have been talked about the Playhouse by looking at some of its recent past. As you know, the pandemic was devastating to businesses of all sorts all across the country. In fact, here in Orange County, a number of very well-respected small theaters were forced to close. Happily, like our friends at Cabrillo, we weren't one of them at Camino Real Playhouse. In fact, we not only survived, we were able to thrive. We came out of the pandemic with a refurbished interior, various other improvements made, even though we have a short time left in the building, and we have money in the bank, money that will allow us to turn the main auditorium in the community center, which is the main space we're going to be looking at using, into a real theater. Right now you have a stage that is completely unused, and that's a waste of taxpayer money right there. I'd also like to address the notion that somehow, because our folks at Cabrillo are in San Clemente, that there shouldn't be another theater here. I understand those concerns, but with respect, I think they're flat wrong. More theater in a community isn't a bad thing, it's a great thing. The more opportunities a community has to experience the unique thrill of live theater, the better. Now, does that mean we're going to be in competition with the Cabrillo folks if we're allowed to come here? No. We'll coordinate show times, we'll coordinate show dates, we'll coordinate shows. We already trade performers. We already trade props and various other things as needed with our friends at Cabrillo. We have no desire to supplant or undermine the Cabrillo. We think we can work in tandem with them to make San Clemente a real beacon of performing arts in this southern Orange County. Your approval of a lease of portions of the community center, mostly in evening hours only, where it won't interfere with recreational activities during the day, will take a great step toward achieving that goal of making San Clemente not just a surfing capital, a sporting capital, but an arts capital for Orange County and the whole region. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your comments.
Jim May.
Hello, Council and City staff. My pleasure to be here. I'm Jim May, Secretary Treasurer of the Playhouse and Finance Chair. I want to say that we moved here from Pennsylvania 17 years ago, and when we found out in the immediate neighborhood of San Juan Capistrano, and when we found out there was a Playhouse, we were thrilled. And I think that word thrilled is going to be something you'll be using if this thing comes together. You will have 1,000 to 1,200 new visitors to Center City every month. They will be probably people from outside the area that may have no other reason to be here other than to view a play and discover other. With respect to our friends at Cabrillo, we really do respect you, and as neighbors would learn that there's other opportunities here for a play. You will have 9 events that we put on each year, and that's surrounded with many other small things like summer camps, comedy clubs, training, and readings and rehearsals. All these people will be pouring into the Center City. 18% of our current base of patrons are from San Clemente, so there's already an endorsement of the quality of the performances that we offer. They don't have to go to Laguna Beach or Irvine or Costa Mesa. You can find very high quality stagecraft here. It will be in San Clemente. You will also note, we have found out that 70% of the attendees will probably visit a restaurant before coming. And so when you're in the audience, you look around and you're going to see people that you just saw in one of the restaurants you were just visiting. I think the whole situation is a great mesh of your need and what we have to offer. I think that you will find it to be a golden Chamber of Commerce moment. And I hope you appreciate the comments. Thank you for your time today.
Thank you for your comments.
Leslie Eisner.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. I am the President and Artistic Director for Camino Real Playhouse. Change is a scary thing because people don't know what to expect. But in this case, we do know what to expect. We have a rich history of sharing with other theaters and involvement with our city. We have 35 years of stability, both financially and artistically, and thousands of patrons and actors. And we have a track record of working hard and being a team player. We are looking to collaborate, not compete, and we think more is better when it comes to the arts. More theater will improve and enhance the quality and give people options as to what they want to see. I envision the establishment of a San Clemente Performing Arts Guild that would be represented by the high school, the ballet studio, all theaters and artistic establishments. The purpose would be to strengthen each other by sharing resources, coordination of schedules, and helping with ideas for fundraising. Towards that end, I've already spoken to one of the board members of Cabrillo who was enthusiastic about an ambassadorship. We see our place as one of addition by addition, not subtraction, whereby the city gets to keep their current programs and get a performing arts center in addition. The stage at the community center is one of the best around and is being totally underutilized. I would like to remind council that the city already has in place a trolley system to assist with any increase in patronage in the Del Mar area should parking be a concern. I could fill this room with 100 of our supporters who would speak endlessly about our virtues, but I think you get the point. Change is only scary if you don't understand what's coming. You know what to expect from us. I encourage you to welcome us to San Clemente and give the citizens the gift of theater arts because it is a gift that will keep on giving. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments.
No additional speakers.
Sorry, one more, sorry, one more.
By the way, I saw you guys look up. There's a gym upstairs.
Unless we had an appointment, darn.
Amanda Quintanilla.
Great.
And did you want to use your PowerPoint?
Actually, no. I'll
Okay.
hold off on that. As a resident of over 53 years, I don't want to date myself too much. However, I'm saddened by some of the residents because I grew up here as a child. I loved seeing all the people going to Sebastian's Theater that worked collaboratively in our town with Cabrillo, Sebastian's Cabrillo in our same town. I love this one favorite movie that it's my favorite movie, Our Vines Have Tender Grapes. And how one little girl was able to just give up herself, to open up her heart, to donate a cow so this farmer could have back his, I guess his farm burnt down. But my whole point is about being good neighbors, of welcoming people into our city with open arms, not with resentment, not asking me to be on the Arts and Cultural Committee because they wanted to shut down Camino Real Playhouse. That hurt my soul. It really did. To try to shut down a theater that has been in San Juan for 34 years. And it's sad. Because I think we could all work collaboratively. And Michael Lopez was at the Citizens Amphitheater Committee, which I was on. And Leslie Eisner was more than willing to go over the season's plays, to work collaboratively, and not to have the same performers, not to have the same singers, and to really work as a team and make it a collaborative effort to help our city become a better town. And I think we could do that. I think we could strive for that. And one last thing. When Michael Lopez spoke at the August 15th Citizens Amphitheater, at the time frame of, I think, 40-minute time frame, someone mentioned the community center. And he didn't want that. He said he was happy having his own tiny theater. But I think that having another theater is just really beneficial to everybody. Currently now, Camino Real Playhouse has OCFA come and do their yearly meetings. They have, I think, another school, I think it's maybe St. Margaret's, or I'm not too sure which school it is, or maybe J. Sarah, I think, and they come and help. Leslie Eisner was very involved in the Citizens Amphitheater as speaking as a public, and working with Amanda Cobb from the Ballet Center here in San Clemente, with Susie Lance, with Christy McCleary, very supportive. And I really hope that you'll support Camino Real Playhouse.
Thank you for your comments. We are going to move to closed session. I don't know whether they're going to have it in here or we're going to move.
It will
The
be in
regular
the
room.
third floor conference room, so
Okay.
we just need a motion to recess to close
Yes.
session.
Question before we recess, will we be coming back here
Yes.
Yes.
and have an open public meeting before we adjourn?
We will have the business meeting with the call to order, pledge of allegiance, roll call.
4 o'clock.
At 4. Well, it's 4 o'clock already.
Or
Maybe after 4 o'clock.
soon after.
I'm just curious about how we're going to work the time, because we're not going to.
That's okay, you can be back after 4 o'clock.
Okay,
Yes.
well, we will probably,
We'll stay in this room.
yeah, but we won't be, I mean, it'll be at least a half hour, I would.
Mr. Mayor, I would suggest that you entertain a motion to trail the business meeting until after you conclude your closed session.
I'll move that.
All right.
Second.
Do we have a second? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, I think it's unanimous that we have that. So we will be back for the business meeting when we finish our closed session, which will probably be a minimum of a half hour, maybe a little longer than that, depending on what.
Motion to recess to closed session.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
That motion passes unanimously.
We're going to call the meeting, business meeting, back to order. It's 4:30 p.m. And we'll start the meeting. Do we need a location or?
We can call the meeting to order with all council members present. We'll state the location,
Okay.
which is the community room on the first floor of City Hall.
All right. So let's start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, take note that all the members of the City Council are present. And City Attorney.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The council met in closed session on item A1. Direction was given and there was no reportable action. Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, before the meeting is adjourned to the next item, I'd like to request that we agendize for our next regular meeting on January the 16th several items that will be on the March and November ballot, specifically Proposition 1 and Assembly Constitutional Amendment 1 and 13 that I think will have a significant and profound impact on our citizens from a taxing point of view, and I think it's important for the council to consider that and make recommendations. So that would be my request for our next council meeting.
Is that something we can do on this agenda?
It's a request to agendize items, so as long as there's no discussion, I think he's looking for a second.
I'll second.
All right. Is there a third on
Do we need a staff report
for
this?
I don't think we need a staff report, right? It's just what the propositions are.
Well, I have a draft resolution I was going to give to the city clerk, but I don't know if we need a staff report on that.
All right. Well, if you're not looking for one, then we'll just move on. Is there any other business? I don't think so. So will someone want to make a?
Mayor, only after adjournment, because I think a lot of people may not understand the process. If you're okay with that, I'll just explain the process after adjournment.
Okay. All right.
Motion to adjourn to the next regular council meeting scheduled to take place on January 16th, 2024. Closed session will begin at 5 p.m. The regular business meeting will begin at 6 p.m. Meeting will take place this time in the council chambers located at 910 Calle Negocio, second floor, San Clemente.
Second.
All right. We're adjourned then.
All in favor?
All in favor? All right.
He wants to go.
Meeting's